regret and apologize for the pain and the confusion that we created for you and the watching world when we decided not to report out a resolution on alt-right racism. Please know it wasn't because we don't share your abhorrence of racism, and especially the particularly vicious form of racism that has manifested itself in the alt-right movement. We do share your abhorrence.
Folks, that was Barrett Duke, chairman of the Southern Baptist Convention's Resolutions Committee. They initially rejected to hear the resolution on Tuesday that was presented at the meeting in Phoenix to denounce white supremacy in the alt-right movement. Now, here's what the initial text stated. We reject the retrograde ideologies, xenophobic biases, and racial bigotries of the so-called alt-right that seek to subvert our government, destabilize society, and infect our political system. Now, on Wednesday, after a backlash in the hall, also on social media, they reversed course, overwhelmingly passed the resolution denouncing alt-right white supremacy, calling it antithetical to the gospel of Jesus Christ. Joining us right now is the Arlington, Texas pastor who proposed this resolution, who caused so much drama at the Southern Baptist Convention, Reverend Dwight McKissick, who happened to be in Miami for something else, and so he's with us. So it had to be crazy to you that you're fighting over denouncing white supremacy.
Absolutely. I thought it'd be a no-brainer. I thought it would be a slam dunk. I thought they had turned the corner, at least in the sense of being able to intellectually, theoretically, biblically affirm what the Bible says, has not one God created all men equally. Why doth every man deal treacherously with his brother? Malachi 2:10, Acts 2:10-34, God is no respecter of persons. And alt-right is a growing white supremacist, racist movement. You did a great job interviewing Richard Spencer on your show. And there's an element of the alt-right movement that many of them will admit. It's in the Southern Baptist Convention. And when I go to the convention, I want to know who am I dealing with. So I figured if they would vote on that, they could push that movement back, and they would prick the conscience of those within their Southern Baptist Convention who may be a part of the alt-right. So I just knew it would be a slam dunk, and I was shocked that it wouldn't even get out of the committee. So I know the rules. I've been attending this convention on and off for 30 years, so I knew you get on the floor and you challenged it. I challenged it, and the chairman got up and they voted it down, and you have to reach a 2/3 vote. I was shocked that we got a majority, but not a 2/3.
But here's what's crazy, though. So when they do take it up again, rewrite it, you're not involved.
No, but Roland, I'll be honest with you. Normally, the writer of the resolution is not involved unless that person takes the initiative to get involved. And so I'm not offended that I wasn't personally involved. I am offended that there's never been a black chairman of the resolution committee in history. I am offended that the committee is by and large made up of no minorities. You got 20% minorities in the convention. Only one black person was there, and they almost forced to go along, to get along. So you have 10 white people essentially making decisions. What is racism? Do we have a voice? So we have no ownership. We send well over $1 million a year to the life of the convention, but we have no ownership. So I'm not offended that I wasn't personally involved. I'm offended that it's almost like taxation without representation, that you still are absent from decision-making authority in the life of the Southern Baptist Convention in 2017. That's more offensive than the fact that they voted it down.
But what's the real issue here? I mean, is it really about this resolution, or is there something else? Is this about the fact that some of the members want to be involved in politics? Some of them want to be close to power. Some of them may actually be members of these groups. What do you believe is the real issue?
Because it wasn't unanimous.
Yeah.
No,
So tell us.
There are a lot of underlying issues going on here, and honestly, I dare not do to them what they did to me in terms of make statements that are untrue about why they initially denied the resolution. The proof that all their reasons were false for denying the resolution was how quickly they decided to approve the resolution.
But remember, they initially said they denied it because you had incendiary language in your resolution. As if you threw it together.
They never pointed to one line that was incendiary. They never pointed to one line that was poorly written. They have never pointed to one line that proved that resolution did not deserve to be passed. They have just thrown these Molotov cocktails to the audience that I found highly offensive. And I went to demand that you give me the same amount of time. It was unprecedented. Like Barrett Dukes, he apologized to me personally. I accepted his apology. But for him to get on the floor of the Southern Baptist Convention and denounce my resolution like he did is unprecedented in the history of the Southern Baptist Convention.
I got about 60 seconds left. Go ahead.
You know, I'm reminded of what happened in Nazi Germany when that poisonous ideology infused German society and people didn't fight it, didn't resist it. And we had this catastrophe of the World War. It's time for America to recognize that the alt-right movement is what it is. It's a nationalist, racist movement that needs to be purged from American thought and certainly from the church.
Pastor,
thank you for what you did.
The major fear was this had to do with Donald Trump and politics. It was not motivated by Donald Trump. It was not motivated by politics. It was motivated by this movement growing, the violence of the movement is taking root on college campuses. I got 12 grandchildren, and it was a white lawyer in D.C., great guy. They took up the fight, and when he asked me, he said, "You want to know why I care so much about this?" I said, "Tell me." He pulled out a picture of a black son he adopted. He said, "I feel it in my heart just like you do." The white people took up the fight. I sat back and prayed. They forced this issue. They got it done, and I left that convention really hardened by that.
But without the resolution, ain't no vote.
Well, you got a point.
Pastor McKissick, always good seeing you.
Thank you for this opportunity. Appreciate your homeboy.
Thanks a bunch. That's why we got Black Show and Black Network. All right, then.
A peaceful protest turned deadly. 37-year-old black man was shot and killed by Baton Rouge police. His hands are in the air, and you still get shot by the cops.
Oh my God, please don't tell me he's dead.
We're not going to let hate define us.
Race is a big part of this.
If truly all lives matter, then all lives need to matter equally.
What we require is action. What we require is accountability. We understand that black lives do matter, and we will keep focused on this issue.
NewsOne Now, every weekday morning at 7 on TV1.